want to talk about more Christian freaks? Whoa, it's Shadiversity, a Christian freak, just like every other one. So he's a far-right nationalist loser. He's talking about what is a man's worth today. He was the sword guy. A lot of people are upset at this heel turn, but he was like big into the Crusades for a bunch of years. Like, obviously, this is where he was at. This is from Night's Watch. He doesn't get a lot of views on these. We're going to have... Can we get the... So we just had the Boogie 2988 documentary. We're going to get the Shadiversity doc soon. Anyway, this guy sucks. What is a man's worth?
You might have heard the saying that men are born with nothing and women are born with everything, or something, or a variation like that. Women...
I've never heard that in my life. What? Men are born with nothing and women are born with everything? Who says that? You just made that up 1 second ago.
Women are born with inherent value, and men need to build their value, earn their value as they grow older. And
No.
women lose that kind of value or something like that as they grow older, and men, they gain more value as they grow older, or something like that.
Pedophile.
I hate that mentality because...
Great. Good.
Could we slow down and just think about it a little bit more? And if you join me with this kind of logical analysis as we consider it properly, I hope you will discover with me the inherent falsehood and lies in this mentality, because it is full of crap. All right?
What ideology? Whose ideology is this? Who? He's arguing with he's just arguing with an idea? Okay.
First of all, the thing that I hate about it is that it is trying to, and it's focused towards young men. Now, I get why young men can see this as an empowering message where, you're not going to be given anything in life for free. So you need to take life by the balls and earn what you have. You need to build value, make yourself a worthwhile man, and build yourself into the type of person that people will want to give attention to and that women would want to be around and have a relationship with.
I don't think about stuff like that. Do you guys think like that? Just live your life, man. Just live it. This is crazy. What is so neurotic? What are we're analyzing this? Just women aren't paying attention to your fucking grind set. Everyone just wants to vibe, man. Sounds like a dysregulated, contextless me right now. Oh.
There is truth to that, absolutely. But if you think that doesn't apply to women in a lot of instances, you'll be wrong. And if you think that certain men can't be born with... First of all...
He can't even... What? I need to turn him up a little bit and make him faster because he's not really saying any intelligible thing.
Everyone is valuable. All right,
okay.
and but no, that's kind of like a platitude. People might say that no. Think about value in society. That society doesn't really care about men, and they have to develop and earn their value as they go through life. Okay, first of all, the type of value that people talk about when it regards to women that they have inherently in and of themselves is regarding beauty more often. That women have a type of youth and beauty and fertility that's less.
Why we do? Little baby girls don't have youth, beauty, fertility value. They're just little girls trying to be little girls, man. Shut up. Just stop. It's so gross. Christians! They're misogynist pedophiles. Stop it.
Lessons as they grow older, and so women's kind of value has always been regarded as higher than men. Well, first of all, that actually isn't true. Not always. The idea that good-looking men don't have or are perceived given certain privileges even early on when they're young by the sake of them being attractive, that doesn't exist, is a complete bit of bullcrap, okay?
So he's mad. He's mad about hot boys. When he was growing up, he wasn't one of the hot boys. Man. It just feels like a guy who got bullied when he was a kid, and he's just whining. He's just whining. I don't. What is he so upset about? Is he going through a divorce?
The thing called the halo effect absolutely also applies to men as it applies to women. Is he wearing his wedding ring? Yeah, really good-looking guys. Okay, suddenly, like the type of value that this.
He's not wearing a wedding ring. Wasn't he wearing a wedding ring at one point? Am I crazy?
Mentality, this narrative ascribes to women having inherently, all right? That actually applies to really good-looking guys where women are suddenly attracted to them.
He's Mormon,
What
right?
work did they do if they're just really good-looking and they have put in minimal efforts to even exercise, to gain resources or any number of things like that, and women still will throw themselves at them, all right? And then there are...
A man... His unmarked books on his Reddit shelf. That's how you measure a man? Hell yeah. That's right. He has one unmarked book. Trash. We need to stop prescribing arbitrary value to people. Yes.
Just inherent traits like charisma and stuff that people can be born with. The fact that, like...
I don't think you're born... I mean, maybe you're born with charisma. Do you think I was just born with the riz, man? You think I don't have... You don't think I have, like, a social skill here that I have fostered over time? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I was just born... I was just born this way, chat. I have always been sort of this way, I guess. Not always, 100% though. Like, I had to learn confidence and stuff. A little bit. I don't know. I don't know why. I think it's something... Okay. I think it probably comes from... Like, some people just get fucked up along the way and are robbed of their confidence. Or they're not taught to have it.
People
Baby Jake was the Rizzler a little bit.
Just normal reality when we really think about this. And I'm not saying people are dumb. I'm not saying that, okay? I'm saying that I think people can get confused when they are told something that has a vein of truth. Because remember, I said there's like a vein of truth in there, and that can mask them from the deception that's actually being weaved here. Okay? Because absolutely, people, regardless, like, we're not born equally, and some people are just born with better looks, better charisma, better talents, better any number of things, right?
I don't think you're born with your talents. I mean, there's some people that have like a physical difference. Some people have a knack for things, but you have to spend time doing it. Like, why? He's so essentialist. He's so bio-essentialist. What is aware?
That they are able to use their advantage even at a very young age. Then there are the inherent kind of differences between men and women, and this type of value that's ascribed to women in terms of youth and fertility and stuff like that. All right, as soon as a guy hits puberty, and even a couple of years into it, and everything,
we're talking about puberty already. We're 4 minutes into this, Shad.
He's automatically going to start to be much stronger.
Okay, the line between Shadiversity and Shadman is blurring more and more.
Than the average woman. So the average boy guy is already going to be much stronger and everything. And that additional strength has always, like, for a very long time, I won't say always, but in many, many cases, has always been ascribed tremendous value. Okay, the idea that if it was always a universal thing, and people might say, well, it's not universal, it's talking about society currently. So I'll get to the perception of society currently. But
dude, he's so scrambled. It's just a rambling video. No wonder no one fucking watches these.
The idea that men's inherent strength and their natural characteristics that come to them for being males, right, has never been valued inherently in society is absolutely false, okay? The strength that men have and have been able to offer society and also women, even from a very young age, as soon as that, those differences in sex starts to manifest more predominantly, absolutely has been valued greatly and has resulted in certain type of gender roles, as well as positions of authority and leadership, by the way, as well, historically. Now, I've pushed back against the notion that women have never had power historically. That is false. That's a lie. Don't let
Women have had secondary access to power almost at their height. Like, women have never been in power in society. They have had, like, we get today more women are in power, but that's not the historical precedent set. We don't have systemic women power structures. You know what I mean? Like, women-led power structures. This is not a thing. Hopefully, as we move on, we will have different sort of, I don't even want to call them power structures. Hopefully, as we move forward, we get less hierarchical because people are less and less inclined to give a fuck what someone like Elon Musk has to say. You know what I mean? We don't respect these kinds of people. They don't do anything for society. Like, there's not a reason to have them. And so, we'll see.
You know, extremist feminists tell you that otherwise. Women often have had
Sargon's more watchable. Yeah, it depends on what he's talking about. Yeah,
types of many instances of power.
This guy should just talk about swords and never anything else.
And more predominantly, the type of power that they've been able to wield is a concept called inwards flowing power, where they manage the processes and order of a household. Okay.
Do you see what I mean? We had an argument with a Christian on here a while back who said the same exact thing, that women historically actually had power because they ran households for powerful men. And it's like, what does that mean? That's not what power is in the household. Yeah. Name one of them. Name two of them. Name three. Who was the financial? Yeah, it's just so stupid. Oh, it was Beckett? Yeah, he dumb as shit. What a dumb motherfucker. Holy shit. He wasn't even Christian, right? Was Beckett a Christian? Because now they're making a Christian argument.
What's on the menu for dinner, hiring, firing of staff, raising of children, okay? Internal kind of associations, relationships, and things like that. Women have often had a lot of control and a lot of power, and men have usually fulfilled the role of outwards flowing power, which is, you know...
I can't be... Look, we have to get smarter people on the internet. I can't always live like this. Can I have one person that I disagree with who has, like, an interesting thing to say? That has, like... good ideas worth considering? Maybe you have a point here, sir. Nope. Just nothing. Nothing to grab onto. Just drivel.
Negotiations with different tribes, different peoples, different business associates, and also resolution of conflict. Men will usually take the forefront because if conflict can never be resolved peacefully, it gets resolved violently, and men are better equipped to handling violence than women, and so therefore the people who are going to be taking the role of negotiating and maneuvering through possible conflicts are going to be men, and it has been through most of history.
It is a tiny little monkey brain that thinks that every single conflict has to be resolved with violence. Like, what an actual dumbass. Just because it has been resolved with violence by men in the past doesn't mean we have to. This is not a virtue that exists. Men have been very violent in the past. Yeah, bad thing. Bad thing.
All right. So anyway, just that's addressing the idea
knock a block
male
off.
and feminine power.
You're a rap
But because
scallion.
men have been given certain roles in society that come inherent from their strength, they've absolutely been considered given value and regard and position and like roles in society based on the value that people just understood subconsciously because of the nature of our genders, race, and everything. Women also valued for many, many things as well. Of course, there's beauty, but there's also fertility, and there's also the ability to connect and to raise children.
Fertility. You remember he said earlier, you know how sometimes they just, they'll say one thing that sounds virtuous and then they'll throw something else in to throw you off the scent of the evil thing they just said. You tossed in fertility when talking about, girls, little girls. That's disgusting, bro. You're disgusting to me. Smash this man's bits with a ball peen hammer, in my opinion.
And understand people and associate, so there are so many things. And in many instances, there's been times when women have been undervalued. And, there's been instances where men have been considered more disposable as well. And I get all those things, when the Titanic is going down, women and children are saved, and men, I'm sure there were some men who felt forced into that position, but you'd be lying if you say that no men chose to go down with that Titanic of their own accord as a sacrifice to protect those weaker than themselves.
Such a, wow. Good men. Go men. men, right? What the conceptual sacrificial Titanic man has brought Shad to emotional introspection here. This guy should have stuck to swinging swords in his backyard. Dude, he should test out a guillotine. He should see which neck armor is strongest against guillotines. See which one wins.
Absolutely many men who did that on the Titanic and have done it all through history. And so, what about modern society? Does modern society regard men as having inherent value? Well, it depends on which part of society, which individuals, and which groups and things like that. And the plight of young men is bad in modern society. I'm not saying
the plight of young men is bad in society. What plight might that be?
Isn't, all right?
What
and
plight?
especially if you are treated as having no value, they're awful people that you wouldn't want to associate with anyway, all right? You should not accept the idea that you have no value, because that is a profound lie. Absolutely, you have an inherent value as being men. Value that you have inherent
as men.
You'll be stronger than
Super
most
funny.
women in your life, okay?
Wow, you're going to be stronger than most women. That's a thing you can think about that's good for you. Wow, when I'm sitting alone and feeling bad about myself, I think, I'm stronger than most women. And it gives me comforts. That comforts me. Who gives a fuck? I could be stronger than 0 women and not care. I don't give a fuck. Why would I care? Live your life. It's so crazy. These are such insecure people. Go to therapy, man. You're not stronger than a gun. I'll punch the gun.
Okay? That is a thing of value. And people say, men don't need to protect women as much because they can protect themselves in modern society, until you see female police officers trying to take down male criminals, and then you can really see how successful women are in many.
I want to see female officers destroy Shad and then quit their job because it's unethical to have.
Types of modern conflicts still, and no, women still need men to protect and also provide, okay? Especially if
Provide what? Why do they have it? That's interesting. Why do men have to provide for women? Why is that? What are they providing?
Raise the children. The very basic biological kind of
Raise the children.
I say agreement, but that's what originally marriage was, okay? It was an agreement that kind of came out of a biological.
But your marriage obviously dissolved. So what's up with that?
Thing. That's if you look at it more material perspective.
This is what we're talking about?
A more religious perspective as to the origin of marriage.
A religious perspective. So anyway, I don't respect a single religious person's viewpoint on any of this stuff. Like, you just don't come from it a reasonable perspective whatsoever. This is stupid. Hope she's happy now. Yeah, me too.
But even if we look at it from a more material kind of point of view, is that women, when they're pregnant,
why are we talking about pregnancy so much? This man is obsessed with wombs. Hold on, let's do this. Point of view is that women, when pregnant, pregnancy can be a. He knew the rules when he made this video.
A very debilitating thing. And there are some women who can handle it better, but some women who really struggle. In fact, there's a lot of women who struggle, especially towards later pregnancy. And so they need someone who can help them out. And by the way,
Can a woman that's not pregnant help a woman that's pregnant? I think women are capable of helping themselves and each other, for sure. They don't need men for any of this. The only reason they that you think they need men is to protect them from other men. In your opinion, men are the problem that women face. You're describing men being the problem all the time. Why? Can we just address the things we do poorly and then do better instead of whatever this fucking boy math is?
Because pregnancy is usually, well, not usually, it's always the result of two people doing something, okay? There is a man in that kind of, action who is responsible for the pregnancy as well.
You talking about sex? So religious people can't talk about fucking at all. You don't necessarily have to get pregnant from a man or whatever. You could, there's lots of ways people get pregnant nowadays. That doesn't really matter, man.
And so, if he has any virtue or honor, he is going to be supporting the results of his
virtue
actions
and honor,
and they should absolutely be there to help out.
Wow.
The woman should be his wife. Okay.
Woman should be his wife. Amazing. So this guy's just rambling. He turned the camera on and started rambling about being a fucking right-wing fundamentalist. Excellent.
Through that pregnancy, while she struggles with it, because it can be very difficult and very debilitating. And so right then is the value that men have inherently, okay? One of the inherent values that men have is that they do not get debilitated when pregnancy occurs, and they're fully physically capable to be able to continue giving what they have inherently valuable in this relationship, which is still needed to try and say that the state can offer it, and the state can try, but nowhere near as good as what a devoted husband can offer, okay? As well as protection, by the way.
Protection from who, Shad? Who are they protected from?
Don't always come on time or even are available, especially if certain, areas are getting defunded, right? That there's...
like police? So police commit more crimes than any group. Did you know that? They commit more crimes per capita than any group.
Going to need men protecting women and families. And so the role of protector and provider hasn't disappeared, and men are capable of doing that inherently better than women because of their inherent strength. That is a value that you have as a man that is inherent to you. Okay?
There are so many fucking dweebs. Y'all don't have inherent strength, bro. You're dweebs. And it's okay. You can be a dweeb. Like, this guy's a dweeb. He swings around swords around. He's a huge dweeb. What strength do you need to work at Walmart? I mean, they're just stupid. He thinks go fight in a fucking crusade. Actually go do it. It would be hilarious to watch him. Can we get him in, like, some kind of competition where he has to sword fight somebody else? That would be excellent. To the death. Let's see if he really thinks he can pull it off.
Okay? So don't let anyone tell you that you don't have inherent value as a man. You absolutely do, as well as other important characteristics.
No one says this. Everyone has inherent value as a human. It has nothing to do with your gender, though. It's really odd to be very focused on that.
And there's many, like all the masculine virtues, if you look at them, right? And then you, as a young man, you can see what virtues you have that might be larger than other masculine virtues. Those are, they're virtues. They are things that you have that are absolutely inherently valuable. Now,
he is so scrambled on this. He's trying to tell men how they're worth something, and he's literally just like, yeah, you guys are worth stuff. Someone said, this is like when someone's like, hey, you love me? They're like, yeah. What do you love about me? He's like, well, I love a lot of stuff about you. You're strong. You're strong. And other people aren't as strong. Some people are stronger, but you're not, you're middle of the pack. And that's better than not being at the bottom of the pack, right? Pretty good.
This isn't to say that you shouldn't be building yourself up to be better and that you shouldn't expect anything to be given to you for free. And also, if you are like just inherently good looking and you have the halo effect and people will just perceive you as like giving you certain privileges as an effect of, just being really good looking, right?
The halo effect.
You shouldn't rely on those or use it as a crutch, or especially not a crutch. Or
Chad, am I good looking enough to receive free things? He looks psycho here. He looks absolutely nuts here. Another one, I guess. Great. That's why the peeps spend the money. That's right. For the money maker. They're here for the face.
Manipulate and
That's
use
right.
them as a cheap kind of way to, get what we want. And by the way, women shouldn't do that either. All right. Not to say you can't use your looks to attract a good person, but looks, well, they're only skin deep. Okay. The true actual value of a person is who they are as an individual. And even though, attractive surface appearance can be the thing that attracts your attention, the vastly more important thing to determine if this is a good person, a person they want to give your attention and time to, is if they are a good person, who they are inside. So don't get distracted by prettiness on the surface, and don't rely on prettiness as a surface to get people to give you more attention than you really deserve.
I think he's definitely divorced. I think it sounds like a divorced man right now. Pretty people, those of us blessed with such glorious genetics, such as myself. My genetics are so glorious, they gave me extra space here for my massive frontal lobe for all the thinking I do. That's how you can really tell we're the master race. The dweebs. Shad thinks that he's part of the master race. Mary refuses to touch his dick and he refuses to clean it. Ooh. See, you gotta keep your ding dong clean. That's true. That's a good piece of advice. I have way better dating advice. I have better life advice for men, for sure. Keep your ding dong clean. I don't have to tell the girlies to keep their ding dongs clean. They're already clean, probably.
Because you only deserve attention from other people, regard from other people, time from other people, if you're a good person, okay? And you treat other people with kindness and respect and all those good things as well. And the other side to this whole idea that women have inherent value and men have to earn everything. What about girls that are not stereotypically beautiful, that most people would look at and consider to be unattractive, okay? You think they're not going to have to build other traits to attract and make themselves better and to make themselves, an attractive prospect for marriage and other things like that? They don't have
Dude, women are not out here like in the fucking Elizabethan times dressing up and going like, I sure hope I attract a suitor today. They're going outside and just living their lives. Not for you, bro. Like, what the fuck? I'm deliberately building myself up to be an unattractive prospect for marriage. Lamau. Vegcom says always shave your shaft. I don't really have a hairy shaft.
Go.
Like the base? The shaft? What percentage of the shaft was hairy? The shaft? Shad has or had a wife and 4 kids, 3 boys and 1 girl. He's not wearing a wedding ring. Isn't he deeply religious?
difficulties that they're going to face.
Free flaw. Dude, there's... Till the tip? Vegcom. You fucked a wolf man. That was a wolf man. Yeah, that's not normal. That's not a normal hair. Yeah, that's not typical. Some typical dick experience. The fucking wolf man. Yeah, no. That's not a normal dick. You don't have to shave your shaft. I'm out here about to... I'm We've done a little scaping recently. I don't usually shave all the way down with like a razor blade, but I did recently because the hair was bothering me. I usually take like clippers and I keep like a trim going. But like around the base, I get it. But like the fucking I've never had hair on my shaft. Show us, hog. Everyone. Dude. Like, not all the way up. That's crazy. Yeah. What's the testile shaving technique? Asking for a friend. In the shower. Man biology is wild. I've never seen a guy with a hairy dick in my life. All the way up. That's crazy. Yeah, that's precocious hair. Hey, buddy, you got ears? You got itchy ear, bro? Let me get you an itchy ear. Got you, bro. Yeah. Ooh, that's good, huh? That's pretty good, huh? Took care of that. See, I got fingers. You don't. Just let me get it. Oh. What a satisfied doggy. Oh, can you hear him? All right. Seems like painful shaving. Not really. We could, if you guys want a ball shaving tutorial, chat, we can talk you through ball shaving techniques. Yeah, it's not typical that you see it go all the way. Painful. Oh, the shaft shaving.
Yeah,
all right, back to shad, not shaft.
So this whole idea of women having inherent value and men not needing to build it is a lie and a twisted kind of thing from the actual truth that is the halo effect, that attractive people just get the, good-looking privilege that they get. And that applies to both men and women. To describe it only to women and not to men, and that women who are lacking in the looks department don't have problems that things are, are not perceived as having as much value. Like, this is just a common thing in reality.
Uh-huh.
And so...
And enforcing it is a problem. So, okay. Ugly people don't really exist. Usually, it's because they don't fucking take care of themselves and, like, wash their teeth and hair. Most people are not ugly. Like, that's just not really a thing. It's so fucking arbitrary. You might not be attracted to someone, but, like, I'm very rarely, just by someone's visage, like, whoa, what an unattractive person. Like, and usually the only time that happens is it's going to be like some guy who got his face ripped off by a bear. Not his fault. Ugh. Okay, stop fucking guys that don't clean themselves. Everybody, if you couldn't eat off of their dick, they're not worth fucking. Stop it. Each and every one of you. Okay? I'm clean. Others like me are clean. We exist. Stop fucking dirty ass men who think it's gay to clean their asshole.
What I really kind of hear when I hear this narrative of men, you don't have value and everything like that, I can see how people can see it as a possibility thing in the sense that you need to...
Trying to make them all stop having sex? No, I'm trying to make them jump in the fucking shower every once in a while. Like, we talked about this yesterday. I don't shower every single day. My skin would be fucked. But I keep clean. We have, like, wipes around. If I feel like I'm having a little funk at all, we take care of the funk, man. We don't have to be funky all the time. It should be a delight to suck on my balls, okay? It should be a goddamn delight because I want you to do it more than once, okay? That's what I want. I want a world where I'm very suckable at all times. I'm trying to be as optimally suckable as I can be. This is just a lifestyle choice, okay? Chat, try to be suckable. I certainly am. My balls would be like pearls in an oyster. Nice.
Control of
They're
your
smooth
own
as
life.
eggs.
You need to be empowered and everything. But that's a message that women need as well, by the way, an empowering message. But the other side to this message is a promotion of victim mentality and victimhood.
I also have better teeth, by the way. I'm more attractive than this guy. But thank you.
That you're just have an inherent disadvantage for the sake of an immutable characteristic of your birth. And by the way, my heart bleeds for the plight of young men and the difficulties that young men are facing. I'm not saying there aren't inherent difficulties that young men are facing more so than ever before in society.
Like what?
One of those things that they're facing is the lie that is being told to them that they don't have value.
What the fuck? Where is this coming from? Who is... I would love... There was no example of who is saying this?
Okay. Because men who think that they don't have value, suddenly it's going to have so many negative follow-through effects. It's like, if you don't think you have inherent value, well, what's the hope in trying to build yourself much? Because you don't have any value. What really can be achieved if you're already a valueless individual who have nothing that society really regards? And that's the other lie. Most of society, not everyone in society thinks that. And I can prove that because I don't believe it, all right? If you think all society believes that young men don't have value...
No one thinks this.
Well, I'll prove that wrong because I believe
conservative men hate men. Barbie movie. Nailed it. I mean, patriarchy hurts men as well. Absolutely. Like, this is part of it, right? They have some kind of fucking weird top lobster shit going on.
You absolutely have value, okay? Not everyone in society thinks that lie. And one of the ways that we can make it better for young men is stop promoting it by actually telling them how much value they absolutely have as individuals, as young men. You have value as a man. Value that people absolutely should respect and should value. And if they don't value you as an individual, as a young man, they're not worthy of your time. They don't truly respect you, especially if you come across people that just devalue you because you're a man.
This is why he got divorced.
They do not deserve your attention or regard or respect at all. Ignore them and move along. They can be left alone in misery or in their echo chambers of actual, hate and disregard, okay? Let them just fester, grow old, alone, and rot in their own misery because they don't deserve your attention or to even hear it, because that's the thing.
He's so emotional. He wants men to be... I would love to talk to Shadiversity on this topic. I don't think he could handle it. I would absolutely love the discussion, though.
Value. All right? You absolutely do. Don't listen to people that tell you otherwise. Again, I've already mentioned, especially those of practice. If you come across anyone who thinks you have less value for you being a man, that's a disgusting thing. That's a disgusting person.
It's so disgusting.
So ignore them.
This sounds a little bit like he was upset about, like, ladies on TikTok being like, I hate men, or something. Just really stupid. We don't have to have such deep insecurity at all times as men about where we rank against other men. I never think about this. This is why I'm in charge of every room. I don't know, because I guess I'm the only one that doesn't fucking care. There's got to be other people who just don't fucking, walk into a room and immediately go like, am I a worm? Like, we don't have to be like this. I feel like the talks with Dave have you hankering for an actual conversation instead of a pickled corpse drunkenly yelling at you. Oh, man. I would love to have a good conversation with someone I disagree with